Listen, I'm going to use adult language on here because it's necessary for this conversation. I saw an interview from the coach Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens, and he said, it was an honor to meet President Trump. I've met all kinds of presidents. It was an honor to meet an adjudicated rapist, a man who has sexually assaulted over 25 women, who literally cheats on his wife, who nominated RFK worm brains, who had so many affairs that the PTSD and the emotional trauma that it caused her, she took her own life, who nominated Matt Gaetz, who had sex with minors, whose name is all over the Epstein list. He had sex with minors. Maybe you should go read up about 13-year-old Katie Johnson, Coach Harbaugh, because he assaulted her. This is the guy that says him and his daughter have the same thing in common, not sex. When he tells a little girl, oh, I'm going to be sleeping with you in 20 years. Insulting the wife of Ted Cruz. That's your guy that you're honored to meet? Wow, you really have some screwed up moral compass, John Harbaugh. But see, here's the problem. People like you and 77 other million people that voted for this rapist, you didn't care because it didn't happen to your wife or your daughter or your mom or your aunt or your grandma. Because I guarantee you, Harbaugh, that if Donald Trump had sexually assaulted your wife, you wouldn't say it was an honor to meet the president. You said, oh, he was so nice to my wife. Well, of course he was, because she wasn't in a dressing room with him. Of course he was nice to her. But you know, that's the problem, isn't it? Because men in this country and 77 million people didn't see rape as a red line, and that's disgusting. And that's why I don't want to find common ground with people that are okay with that. And Harbaugh, you did that because you wanted to be in your power. You wanted to be an alpha male. You know what real men do? They make videos like this, and they call out cowards like you that say it's an honor to sit with a rapist. That's disgusting and vile. I don't care how much money you're worth. I don't care if you coach football teams. I don't care if you own a football team. I don't care how famous you are. I don't give a damn. What I know is that I judge your fruit. By your fruits shall you be judged. And you speak highly of a man who sexually assaults women says a lot about what kind of little boy that you are. And it's past time that men in this country stop normalizing the disgusting behavior of men. It's gross. Women are not here to be barefoot and make us babies and to serve us. That is not their place. They're supposed to be our partners. We're supposed to respect them. They carry these babies for, 9.5, 10 months? If I'm off a little bit, I apologize. It's not on purpose. They give birth, they recover. That's incredible. I wouldn't do that. I get a flu and I'm on my back for like 3 days. I'm a little baby. They're incredible. But every time somebody comes up with an allegation like this, like Eugene Carroll, you know what happens? You know what the men do, especially the MAGA men? Oh, that's fake, that's rigged, that's not real. Were you there? Then shut the fuck up. You weren't there. You just don't want to believe it. And even if you did it, I've had people on my TikTok lives, this is the truth, that have said, I asked them, why did you vote for a man who sexually assaults women? You know what he said? Everybody deserves a second chance. No, you fucking don't. You should be locked up in prison. And he's not in prison. Instead, you know what we did? We put his ass in the White House because he's a white man. Because, hey, nobody's perfect. But you just couldn't handle the cackle of the black lady, right? It was just a bridge too far. And it's disgusting and it's gross. I don't give a crap about his taxes, his tariffs. I don't give a crap. I care about morality. I can accept bad policy as a president or a congressman. I can live with that. I can stomach that. What I will not accept is the lack of morality. And the thing that really gets me is that all of you people that go and pretend to be Christians for 1 hour a week with your Joe in the Home bumper sticker and your F Joe Biden flag, because you know, that's so Christ-like, that you think that Jesus himself sent a man to the White House that rapes women. You are truly the bottom of the barrel in this country. By your fruits shall you be judged. By the same measure you judge, lest you be judged. Judge thy neighbor fairly. Remove the log from your own eye before you see the speck in your brother's. It's disgusting. And men, it is time. We have normalized this behavior, and it is up for people like me to say, I have had enough of it, and it is unacceptable to treat women like this. They don't want to come out because nobody ever believes them, and it's disgusting and it's vile. And I'm going to share one personal story. When this election happened, I have family members in my life that were on the phone crying with me. And they said, Paul, I don't understand how a man that rapes women, that was found as an adjudicated rapist in a court of law by a jury of his peers, 2 of those people on the jury were Trump supporters, how that wasn't a red line. And for every single one of you that voted for him because you thought it was funny and it was cute and he was funny and he was amusing, I want you to think about that. And I want you to ask yourself this question. What if the president had assaulted your mom? Look at your little infant daughter. What if he had done that to her? Or your sister? Or your grandma? Or your aunt? Or a friend in your life? Would you have still voted for him? Because if the answer is no, then you're the problem. We should give a damn about issues and situations of people when it doesn't directly impact us. And we're not doing that as a society right now. We only give a damn when it affects us, when the darkness is on our door. And that's a fucking shame. Be better, society. Men, stand up. Grow a sack, grow a backbone, be a real man, because that's masculinity. Real men don't vote for rapists.